I'll be honest, guys. The Shadow Temple's so boring. I can't even remember the villain. I can't even remember the sage. Oh, which is why I brought Blue the puppy. Bow bow. So, Blue, bow. Who do you remember that the villain is of the Shadow Temple? Bow bow. Bongo bongo. Bow. That sounds about right. Thanks, Blue. Bow bow bow. Want to do the usual disclaimer for the people at home who probably clicked on this expecting a fic, but needing to remember that this is Rift season? Thank you. Please remember, this is you. In his hidden crypt, ellipses, Bongo Bongo was most displeased that Link and Sailor Moon had made it that far into the Shadow Temple already, but not as displeased as Ganondorf was. He spoke over the looking glass. Dark spirit, ellipses. I let that kid in the sea that's been destroyed! I can't idle him into feeling my plans any longer! Bongo knew only a few final attempts that would probably be useful in his little plot. Boom, 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 boom. I'll get them yet, Lord Ganondorf. My man, ellipses. I promise you, this will be the last you see of them. He said behind his shadows. Ganondorf was not amused. Just be certain you know what you're doing, Dark Spirit. I will not tolerate any further failures. I shall take my leave now and go search for the final Triforce shard myself. And when I return, if you do not have either dead Sailor Moon, ellipses, a dead hero at a time, ellipses, or above, ellipses, you better start searching for a way to escape my wrath. Then he was gone. Bongo turned his attention to the boat. Row, row your boat gently down the stream. Ellipses. Terribly, terribly, terribly. Now you suffer pain, man. Ha 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 ha. Wait, I think I found a better drum. Oh no. We're going through this gag, aren't we? Yep. Ellipses. Can't this thing go any faster? Sailor Moon complained. Feels like we've been going for a while. Pace it, Sailor Moon. Ellipses. We just cast off, Link said. Besides, ellipses, do you have any idea how old a ghost ship could be? Link did have a point there, so Sailor Moon just decided to sit back and enjoy the ride, ellipses, that is, ellipses, until she got the sneaky suspicion they were being watched. Well, you're being watched by several dozens of viewers. Let's see what's the only one, ellipses. Link felt it too. That's 2! T-O-O! He looked up at the ceiling. Watch out! The two Stoffels came down on the ship. Get them! Link and Sailor Moon rushed into the battle. The bad news was, the ship was still moving. That made it hard for them to jump, dodge, or even move straight. Good news was, neither could the Knights. In fact, Link and Sailor Moon were able to use it to their advantage. The Knights were strong, but they weren't that smart. You know, maybe the reason why I don't remember much about this temple is because I sped run through it. Interestingly enough, even Game Grumps made this boring. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. By boring, I mean Game Grumps wasn't nearly as annoying with this one as they usually were. 12. One tried to slash his sword right at Link, but the force of the ship going up and down, up and down, up and down, made him fall short, allowing Link to strike with an upward thrust of his own sword, and his sword hit, and destroyed the first knight, while the other one did jump and attack to fight Sailor Moon, but the ship's unlevel motion caused his jump to much high, and he leapt right out the ship and into the chasm below the mist. Have a nice trip, Sailor Moon called down to him, but suddenly the boat began quivering. Now what? Navi called, Guys, please, the ship is sinking, abandon the ship, get to safer grounds. Luckily, the ship docked at that very moment, and Link and Sailor Moon wasted no time in leaping off the deck and onto solid ground as the ship sank below the mist and was gone. Only one question remained for our heroes. Were the people of Owl House just fans of Game Grumps, and that's how come he got onto an awesome show like that? 13. And they say to pack a life jacket on the boat, said Ramon. Where are we going now? She asked. We go and find the boss key, Link said. If I remember correctly. Link, I don't trust your memory for shit. The way to the key should be through that door over there. Right? No, it's to your left. So they headed over to the wall on the far right and entered through the next room. But to their surprise... "Oh, just 3 more doors," Silverman said. Link turned on his truth vision. "That's not all, Ellipses. A brand new car!" he said. "Look for yourself." Sailor Moon turned her truth vision too. I saw many invisible walls that were practically standing in a small labyrinth. With... No! 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 Ugh. What happened? The last thing I remembered was that I saw the horrible wall masters, the scariest things in all of Legend of Zelda, and then I was not here for a while. I was having a nice dream. I was dreaming I had met Colin from Code Geass, and we were on a date. And I was happy. I want to go back to that dream, so I don't have to do this anymore. Because I like being happy. Link carefully placed the bombshell onto the wall and far left of him. Hopefully it would travel along the wall, crash to the statue, and blow all the dynamite sticks. "Here goes," he said as he pulled the pin from the rodent. And off it went. "Well, let's see. Look at it go," said Sailor Moon. That thing only reached the statue and exploded, causing the dynamite around to blow. The statue began to quiver and drop. Boom! Brr! The statue fell practically over the castle like a bridge. "Oh, look. We made a bridge. It took like what? Maybe 10 minutes?" Well, that was easy enough. The girls exchanged whatever looks. They made it across the bridge and over the final locked door. Then they walked onto it to emerge into one of the most darkest, most mysterious rooms of the entire temple. It was so incredibly dark that without Navi's glowing, you wouldn't be able to see your hand in front of your face. There was nothing. Nothing at all but black, 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 and more black. The only sign of a way out was the huge locked door. No! Sailor Moon began to feel it. "Well, Ellipses, I'm going to die up here, Ellipses. I'm going to die up here, Ellipses." "Look," Link said so slowly, made Sailor Moon nearly want to leap off the edge. "Use your truth vision." Sailor Moon tried shaped tiles that float over a long black drop down. "Hover boots on!" Link said. "Hover boots on," Sailor Moon replied. Again, I had to think about it. I could probably really... And again, I'll admit I used attack names too, but I saved those for spells, man! They'll carefully scuttered from tile to tile until they safely reached the other edge of the boss door. "This is it, Ellipses. We made it," Link said. "Phew, Ellipses, at last," Sailor Moon sighed. But then she suddenly remembered. "Wait a minute, Ellipses. If we go in there, are we?" Yes, Link nodded. "We're going to face Bongo Bongo, Ellipses. The darkest of all shadow creatures ever to existed." Link switched out. "But this Bongo Bongo guy, Ellipses," she asked, "he's not really going to, Ellipses, Ellipses, put up much of a fight? I mean, we're talking total pushover, right?" "Yeah, pretty much. Again, I don't remember this guy. I can remember Twin Rova, the next boss." "Not really," Navi said. "We've seen Bongo's full body before. He's 20 times your sizes, and his hands are big enough to crush houses. Sailor Moon officially turned blue. Navi, said, "Look, ellipses, Sailor Moon, if you want to, you can come in. But you won't have to fight if you don't want to." But I thought they had to be there, for the AIDS thing. Okay? But Master, let's see, you need my help, Sailor Moon said, but Lee cut her off. Hey, let's see, I face this creature off all by myself. I can face him again. Robotech! Sailor Moon decided to go in. After all, one of the best things Link taught her to do, ellipses, was, if you get caught in a serious situation, you gotta fight or hide. Help, ellipses, if you could, ellipses, or stay out of the way, lead to the pretzels. When that settled, ellipses, Link used the big key on the lock and entered the room. Once inside, he couldn't believe how small the room really was. I don't get it, Link said. Where is he? They all looked around, but found no secrets anywhere. This is supposed to be the boss room, said Sailor Moon. They all walked directly to their room, and released their feet to make hollow, echoing sounds as they treaded across the metal plate on the floor. Oops! They all said together. In that moment, the plate opened like a trapdoor, sending them into a deep plunge in the tangled room. And there they landed surprisingly on soft and fat, ellipses, a large bongo drum. Then it got worse, as a gigantic creature appeared. Just as large as Navi said appeared. He was rather oddly shaped, though. I mean, huge flowery eyes-shaped eye. Huge, ghostly hands. Wait, is this a Colossus? Oh, great. Guys! We need to figure out something else we could do other than kill this Colossus. Because if we do, we're going to end up becoming more and more corrupted. And then we're going to find ourselves turning into a giant monster. And then we're going to find out that all this was a prequel to the world's greatest escort game. And then I'm going to have to replay Eco again. Because, my God, if Eco and Last of the Colossus aren't some of the greatest games ever known to mankind. I think that's him, Sailor Moon squeaked, and Link and Navi nodded. Phantom Beast. Bongo Bongo. Yes, Sailor Moon. Ellipses. Yes, hero of time. We meet up at last, ellipses. He said as a deep, dark voice. Now I can finish both of you off myself. And prove that I am the most worthy. It gathers eyes. Link withdrew his sword. Oh, no, you won't, he said sharply. Not if we take you out first. Oh, really? Bongo's body suddenly began to fade away into the shadows, hiding all but his hands. But how will you be able to fight? Well, you can't. See. As his hands pounding at the drum, was constant drum beats. Whoa! Yo! Let's see. I really liked bouncy as a kid, but not like this, cried Sailor Moon. Navi, ellipses, Link said. Get Sailor Moon to the edge of the drum, ellipses. I'll stay here, try to draw him out into the open. Navi nodded. This way, Sailor Moon! On the edge of the drum, she didn't bounce that much, but Sailor Moon was actually starting to think maybe she'd go back and try to help. But she also realized Bongo had a point. How could you fight what you couldn't see? Use your other senses. Oh, game mechanics-wise? I forgot. Well, actually, Link already knew of Bongo's weakness. He kept the true vision on and saw him perfectly in the shadows. The only way to destroy him successfully was to hit him in the eye. When it was open, that is. The only way to make it open was to stun his hands, ellipses, easier said than done. Why do I have a feeling that even with the strategy guide, Biken had no idea what he was doing? It was hard enough trying to hit those huge hands while they were always moving as he pounded the drum, making him bounce. Ellipses, but Bongo had other ways of his own. What else do you think he used those huge hands for anyways? Hugging? Building model kits? Grabbing his huge... Don't you dare with the rest of that joke! Link was able to stun one of the two hands with his arrows, but the other hand came up from behind and grabbed him. Hey! Ellipses! Get off! Ellipses! Arrgh! He used his hand to clink all over and pounded him against the surface of the drum. Sailor Moon and Navi covered their eyes. Ooh, that's gotta hurt! But as quickly as he hit the drum, Link used the force to bounce right back up and slashed the other hand. But you didn't see that coming, did ya? With both his hands stunned and his hide now open, Bongo was really steamed. I'll cut your lifeline short. for that surprise attack, boy. He positioned himself on the surface of the drum, began charging like a bull. Really? Link asked. Well, you should keep your eye on things. I'm going to kill everybody in this room to stop with the puns. His trip fist is still active. Link could see the eye coming for him, and he whacked it hard. Ugh! Frightened the pupil. Bongo fell down with a huge thud on the drum. Link, still neglecting to turn off his trip fist and ellipses, began hacking and slashing away at the eye. Sailor Moon, however, noticed that Bongo was stunned, so he could see him again, ellipses, without the aid of her truth vision, but it didn't last too long. For as soon as he rekindled himself, Bongo returned back to the shadows, ready to continue the fight. What say, you overgrown freak? Link mocked. Had enough yet? Never, shouted Bongo. I've been waiting for a long, long time for this moment. I'll become a part of Ganondorf's army, and no 10,000-year-old brat like you, ellipsis, is gonna mess it up for me. Now. Hey, don't be a king. Talk to this thing, Link said as he saw his bow again, ellipses, and stunned Bongo's left hand. Why, you, Death asked. Bongo shaped his other hand to a huge fist, and actually made it impervious to Link's attack. Link remembered that the hard way. Boom! Link went across the drum again. Ooh, ellipses, don't think I can stand much more of this, Cinnamon said to herself. Gotta help him, but how? Link took longer to get up this time, but he successfully managed to stun the other hand, forced Bongo into trying a tackle, pin his eye down, and hack at him again. But this time, whoopsies, when Bongo recuperated, Link was looking really drowsy. So drowsy he could barely hold up his sword and keep up his balance. Apart from him taking 2 beatings to the beast, ellipses, Link had kept the truth fist on for too long without turning it off. That really sucked his energy out of him. Mikey? I want you to remember something. That little green bar, that's not heresy. It's mana! Magic! M-A-G-I-C! Magic! It's not key. It doesn't make you lose your stamina. It just runs out of power, and you gotta recharge it with a mana potion! God! No wonder you think mana is all just pew 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 pew! That's not magic! Navi, he's not looking so good, cried Sailor Moon. Don't like that he's not looking so good. Navi didn't like the way Link looked either. What's wrong, little hero? Realize darkness is won? Bongo asked. He could have whisked prodding Link in the chest with his huge finger. Link toppled down on the tree. He fell down on his back, still rather exhausted. Bongo reached out and picked him up. One hero. Ellipses. Shaken. Now. Stirred. Ha 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 ha. Oh man. Oh baby. Soon enough, he began tossing and throwing Link everywhere. Remained hidden in the shadows, where he couldn't be seen without the aid of truth vision. Sailor Moon and Navi watched Link take several whacks, pounds, pummels over and over again. Can't take it anymore, she cried. Gotta do something. Like what? Navi asked. I can't take on that overgrown dark thing. You really even made past the Dark Exorcist temple without bringing in those lights. Sailor Moon's head snapped out. Lights, ellipses. Dark. That's it, Navi. You're a genius. I am not, Navi grunted. Ellipses, what's a genius? Never mind. Come on, Ellipses. This is gonna take teamwork. Like this time, Bongo was bopping Link in the air like someone playing a hacky sack. Ha 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 ha. Asses, asses. Ellipses. And you go down. Boot! He flicked his finger while Link was sent to the edge of the drum. He sure looked awful. One little breeze could blow him to bits. And now, the final ordeal. Bongo says he persisted himself ready to attack. The final assault should finish him off for good. I'll crush him and instead of friend, and take the 4 shards he has. Straight to Ganon. Finally, he'll initiate me into his army. Free to release my twilight all over the universe. MC. Hoo, ha, he. I'm a little laughing Nomi, you can't catch me. Say goodbye, kid. He shouted. He was halfway across a bright flash of light illuminated from the shadows. You dare bring light into my lair! You must die. How did it take you this long to make CDI references? I don't know anymore, Trixie. Huh? Light, ellipses. I can't stand the light. It ain't groovy, man. Look up at his eyes and slowly looked at his head. I saw a Sailor Moon using her tiara's golden glow, combined with Navi's light to stun the monster. You may be able to hide in the dark, Ellipses, Sailor Moon snarled. But why are the dinosaurs eliminating the light? Added Navi. Smart thinking, too. Not only did the light prevent Bongo from hiding himself, but it was weakening him a lot worse than basic attacks. Grr. Ellipses. I'll get you yet. Navi then let Sailor Moon keep the monster at bay while she flew over Link. Oh, Link, let's get you fixed up, she said. She used her fairy magic, restoring Link back to normal. Thanks, Navi, Link said. Now, let's finish this. You ready, Sailor Moon? Me! Alright then, Ellipses. Go! Fierce deity! He replied, he changed to the strongest state. I got a sword ready, while at the same time Sailor Moon concentrated her powers, Ellipses. You know, the difference between a final attack of file and a super mode in a Sentai versus a video game is this. You gotta fill in time. You gotta fill it up. I mean, of course, there are diegetic reasons as to why the Senshi or Sentai heroes or heck, even Ultras don't use their final attack right off the bat against the MOTW. That's because if they did, the monster could easily just brush it off and walk it away. And then you would be weaker and more susceptible to attack. And yes, I've seen Game Grumps play the Ultraman game, and they did use the finisher before it was time, and guess what? They lost because they were too weak to fight back. That's why you don't do that. That's also why you don't use the Megazord right off the bat, because what's stopping the monster from going, oh, step, too tired now, boom, and winning. But in a video game, that's not what works. You could use your final attack a couple of times, especially if you got enough mana and enough energy to pull it off. There's no reason to also do that diegetically unless it would make him too tired. Do you know how you can fix this? By actually putting that in the sentence. Moo tiara! Ellipses. Magic! She tossed her tiara, was expanded as near Bongo in a ring of light. It really shocked the darkness out of him. Roar! Arg! I will not lose like this. Now it's Link's turn as his sword glowed like mad. Sacred! Ellipses. Fierce deity! Ellipses. Healing sword! Ellipses. Attack! He charges across the drum and right in Bongo's eye. And ellipses. Slash! Arg! Man. Ouch. The entire temple began to crumble and quake as Bongo's body began to disintegrate into dust particles. He was finished. Ah! Curse you, hero. Ellipses. Cure you, Sailor Moon. He bellowed thunder. I was so close. So close. To finally having my dream come true. Ooh, ellipses. Ah. Now he was gone. Ellipses dusted away. Sailor Moon and Link went wild and cheering and danced in circles. You guys, you did it! Cried Navi. No, Navi. Ellipses. Sailor Moon did it. Sailor Moon felt touched. Oh, Ellipses, master, she said, before she could say another word. The temple began quivering angrier than before and started to cave in. I'll take you later! The blue light appeared, and he jumped into a split second. Was warped him back outside the graveyard. Ellipses. The ground gave a heavy jolt. It burst out into the light to go shot up in the sky. The white cloud began to vanish through a white hole in the sky and was gone. Once again, the sun was shining, and the sky was blue. And better still, Marco Polo was free from his curse. Whoa. Ellipses. I just had the weirdest dream, he said. Oh, don't worry there, silly. Dampy said. They ain't gonna nuisance. It's all over now. It's thanks to those kids, he said in his mind. Ellipses. Sailor Moon, Navi, and Link landed safely in the graveyard, all safe and sound. We made it, Sailor Moon cried. Boy, does it feel good to be out there. All thanks to you, Sailor Moon. Thanks to me. Link said, it was your clever idea, quick thinking that saved us this time. Sailor Moon blessed. But a flash of purple light popped out of the ground, and the mill was the image of a rather strange young woman. She was dressed in an outfit that almost resembled that of Sheik's style. Who's this? Asked Sailor Moon. The woman smiled at her and bowed her head. I am Impa. Ellipses, what of the Sheikah? She said. I am also the caretaker to Princess Zelda, and also former shades of the Shadow Temple. Oh, Impa was the Shadow Shades! Why did I think she was the Spirit Shades? No. Spirit Shades is that Gerudo woman. Sailor Moon was amazed. Impa then gazed at Link. I am most ever relieved to see you alive and well, Link. It's been a long time, said Link. Sailor Moon didn't understand how this woman could have been Zelda's nanny. Well, Impa told Sailor Moon. She was the one who taught Link Zelda's lullaby. The only person to say Ganondorf for what he truly was, a cold-hearted demon. She got to serve the royal family of Hyrule on Legola for many generations as attendants to newborns. However, when Ganondorf finally attacked, the Hyrule Castle surrendered to him in no time, and Reign of Terror began. His main target was Zelda, and the hidden treasure she possessed, one of the keys to the sacred realm. The Ocarina at a time, ellipses. However, Impa succeeded at taking Zelda away from Ganon's reach. Again, with Sophia, it was only a matter of time before Impa was killed. The planet was doomed. However, if Impa was to die, all she ever wanted was for both Link and Zelda to be happy together. So happy together! So before she perished, he cast a final spell over Zelda. To activate it, so Zelda cast Link out into space. Zelda was frozen too. Kenton also lies the spirits of sages. Ellipses. Wow, ellipses, that was so heavy. Impa. Ellipses. Please tell me, ellipses. Link said. Zelda alright, I must see her again. Impa smiled. Wait a minute. How was that's a completely different story than how you said. Okay. What happened 1,000 years ago? Because so far we've had at least 3 different backstories. Link. The princess is safe now. Not going to try to help make this coherent? Soon you'll indeed see her face to face. Explain everything to you. Oh, good, because right now I'm starting to think I'm going to need a backstory counter. This was what he needed to hear. The thought of him and his beloved meeting up soon was enough. More than enough to ease his pain. I will wait for her, ellipses, and protect her. Impa smiled again and turned to Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, ellipses, you must continue to help Link through the remainder of the standing quest that you evaded him in until now, she said. Now, ellipses, I have used my powers and spirit within you, ellipses, with this medallion. She held her arms up. Whoa! Held her arms up. Whoa! As he vanished on a stream of purple sparkles, was then turned to the shape of a shadow medallion, fused itself as Sailor Moon, and will now add to Link's collection. Master, ellipses. Does this mean? Link nodded. Well, it was actually Sheik, who appeared from nowhere and spoke for Link. Congratulations, Sailor Moon, she said. The 5th medallion has been claimed. You awaken as the Sage of Shadow, ellipses, reborn. Sailor Moon didn't really know whether or not to feel proud or scared, so she decided she was done both. This was a really big honor for her. As the new Sage is awakened, it's customary for me to teach you both the melody that will lead you to even greater possibilities. It's the melody that will draw you to the most infinite darkness, sword time itself, ellipses, nocturne of shadow. My favorite of all the Warp songs? Yeah, it's alright. I prefer the Fire Temple. She got out of her heart and began to play the most mysterious yet mystical notes Link ever heard. Link repeated the sequence as the song was played. Sailor Moon never heard any music like it. Some core dark enchanted lullaby. Be sure to remember the notes played. Your journey is nearing its end. I wish you and your friends luck, Sheik said, until we meet again. Then she was gone. See, let's see. She sure comes around quickly, Cinnamon said. Later on, Lizzie's. We came to work at time at the cafe. Everyone was most amazed to hear it was Serena who was the big hero this time. Nancy had come such a long way, too. I guess Serena's gotten even braver than we thought, Darian said. By the way, where is she? Everyone else began to giggle. Does you remember? Asked Ray. About what she did to get her out of school today? Darian remembered. Lizzie's. Serena was at school. Probably delays of all detentions everywhere. Lincoln called and said she'd be out for the day. Well, Willie spent 5 hours after school doing makeup assignments. Just you wait, Master. Let's see, when I get out of here, you're gonna be sorry, she grunted in her mind. Really sorry. And in case anybody is curious, moral is air pollution. Stretching much. And the song is some sort of song called One Little Star Reaching Into the Night. I don't know. I just think we need Cruel Angel's thesis right now in my head. And for my kid, he's cheering on the fact that he's only got one more saga left. Oh, good.